Reddit, also known as the front page of the internet, was once celebrated for its open discourse, but is now known as one of the worst platforms for free speech due to its ever-evolving moderation policies. Reddit is one of the largest social media sites, boasting over 73 million daily users across over 100,000 subreddits, mainly due to its large selection of communities that cover everything from niche hobbies to controversial topics or the latest news. It also has the power to shape not just internet trends, but global real-world events, such as the 2021 GameStop stock pump driven by Wall Street bets. When Reddit was originally founded, it was presented as a platform that would allow users to openly discuss and debate whatever topics or issues they wanted. Though, in the modern Reddit age, that has become a massive issue with tensions rising between the user base and the company's policies as they strive to maintain a balance between free expression and user safety, an issue that resonates across all social media. Most Reddit users would lead you to believe that the platform is the best for open discussion when compared to other spaces such as Twitter, and in some ways that rings true. That's not due to Reddit being a more open platform for discussion though. It's a symptom of what Reddit aimed to be, and that is the modern equivalence to internet forums, which allowed users to discuss topics about whatever niche or hobby they were interested in on a deep level, akin to conversations that you would have with other people in the real world. Some of the reasons for free expression being an issue on Reddit is due to vague and inconsistently enforced moderation rules that lead users to self-censor even in non-controversial subreddits. For example, take a look at subreddits such as r/true unpopular opinion and r/change my view. Posts are often reported and removed due to the extreme and controversial nature of the content. While some of it is warranted, if you have someone with an opinion who realizes that their views are perhaps unsavory and they go to these subreddits to gain a broader perspective on the issues at hand, why censor those people from trying to gain a more nuanced understanding? This also cements current ideologies and pushes people towards more extreme positions due to no one being allowed to challenge the hive mind. I have not even gotten into the entire issue with auto-moderation used on the platform. The necessity of it is warranted due to the large nature of a lot of subreddits, as it's impossible for volunteers to moderate tens of thousands of posts and comments a day. The problem with auto-mod is moderators have started using it to silence people and opinions they don't agree with, not just words or terms that would generally be considered hate speech. An example being most subs straight up banning any links to Twitter. After the controversy of Elon Musk doing a Nazi salute and then doubling down on it, most of the mainstream subreddits banned any links to Twitter. While I understand not wanting to direct traffic to a site owned by a known Nazi, there is still a lot of legitimate content and news that breaks out on Twitter that is not related to any of that, such as journalists sharing their findings on their personal Twitter accounts, including findings that would otherwise paint the far right as the extremists that they are, essentially alienating users who see Twitter as a valid source of real-time discourse. This has created frustration among the users who try to share breaking news, as Twitter is generally the first place that receives the info, due to it being the platform of choice for both politicians, celebrities, and journalists, due to its massive and widespread reach. All of this goes against the original premise of Reddit being a platform for open discourse, and it's ironic because Twitter, while having tons of hate speech and unsavory content being posted, it's also not actively trying to silence the opposing parties. So Reddit's problem with vague and loosely enforced rules, the issue with automod automatically removing content without being able to see any nuance, to the platform's vendetta against Twitter links are already strangling open discourse on the platform and is a massive issue, but it gets much worse. The effects of all that is turning Reddit into an extremism breeding ground. Reddit has pretty much always been a liberal-leaning platform that discouraged people of other ideologies from participating in the larger discussions of the platform. For example, many conservatives have basically been funneled out of any mainstream communities due to them disagreeing with the hive mind and being downvoted to the bottom of any thread, locking them away into subreddits such as r/conservative, where they get to play around in their own playground while having no other people to challenge them on a lot of their extreme beliefs. This causes them to regurgitate what is literally lies and propaganda in most cases, while having no one to call them out on their BS. And if anyone does choose to do so, they are always downvoted and discouraged from ever participating in these supposed open discussions ever again. This enforces extremism on both sides and creates an echo chamber where everyone is funneled into communities that already completely align with their own beliefs, completely eliminating freedom of expression or any form of nuance that could be added to a discussion. It's not just conservatives being pushed into extremism, though. It's also liberals, progressives, and other niche groups. For example, subreddits such as r/politics or r/socialism can become just as insular, discouraging dissent and pushing users toward more radical stances. After Trump was elected for a second term, there was a large uptick in death threats aimed at both Trump and Elon Musk. Even if you hate them and view them as Nazi scum, you simply can't go out of your way to promote extreme violence towards groups you don't align with. The rise of suggested violence is a symptom of the same hive mind that has caused the far right to reach the point of pushing for the elimination of marginalized groups. The anonymity of Reddit also helps to embolden users to post extreme content while upvotes reward the outrage. When other users see this extreme content getting thousands of upvotes, it promotes other people to do the same to garner similar attention. This also circles back to moderators on Reddit vaguely enforcing their own rules and allowing content that would otherwise break the rules or result in a ban to be allowed to remain up on the platform, forcing Reddit admins themselves to take charge to remove the content in fear of losing advertisers. The ironic thing about this is those same people would then complain about their free speech being tarnished by Reddit simply enforcing rules that the community moderators were not willing to do. So, Reddit's gone from the internet's debate club to a polarized dumpster fire where vague rules and automods trigger fingers and echo chambers churn out extremists faster than you can say upvote. Conservatives spew propaganda in r/conservatives, liberals fling death threats in r/politics, and everyone's too busy shouting to notice that the nuance of conversation is dying. The front page of the internet? More like the front page of outrage, where free speech is just a memory. I'll see you guys in the next one.